Hey everyone, welcome to Locked On Lakers on YouTube. Andy Kamenetsky, Brian Kamenetsky, and Talen Horton-Tucker, Brian, making a little news of his own on his own Instagram feed. He is doing his off-season workouts, and specifically, he has taken up boxing over on his Instagram feed. He's got a video of him in the ring with the caption, "If you want to go somewhere you've never been before, you got to do some things you've never done." So I guess THT taking up boxing for the first time as part of that regimen. First of all, it's become an increasingly popular thing for NBA players to do to stay in shape. Like Damian Lillard, for example, is both a huge boxing enthusiast. Like he could end up the next Max Kellerman if he wants to after his career ends. But he's also somebody that's worked out in the ring, and he is one among many NBA players.
Well, that stuff's tiring. I mean, it's a great work. It's a great full body workout. It's good for your feet. Good for. I mean, it's it is, and for TH2, somebody who's still kind of working his body into a true NBA place, a place that it's got to be the kind of player I think people hope he can be next year. He's still got some work to do there. Light years better in his second season than his first, but still some work to do there. Plus, Andy, reach.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like that was the first thing that popped in my head, beyond the idea of just what this could do in terms of getting himself that true NBA man body. I can't think of a guy with crazier reach for his particular size than THT.
No, like it doesn't exist.
There are guys who are 7-footers who have, by definition, crazy, insane reach, but you would expect that because they're 7 feet. THT is 6'5", but he's got the reach of like a 7-footer.
As I've said a few times, his body is built as if God, when he was putting stuff together, did the inventory wrong and only ended up with 7-footer arms for 6'5" people and just said, "That's fine, go with it," and slapped those things on.
I want to clock out.
That's where he went. Right. I got places to be.
But like if THT is an even halfway decent boxer, I feel like he can go pro now. Like just with that reach alone on that type of body.
Yeah,
like
no, it's impressive to say the least. Yeah.
It got me thinking though, Brian, like if you were to take the current roster for the Lakers and you were trying to decide who would you want to box the most and who would you want to box the least, with the obvious caveat being all these guys would kick the crap out of us.
Yes,
like
absolutely.
There's no good option.
There's no like, I think I could actually take that guy. Following people I don't want a piece of. I do not want to box Montrezl Harrell. I have no interest in boxing LeBron James.
Yeah.
I have a feeling it'd be hard for me to land a blow on Anthony Davis, Andre Drummond. I went through the whole roster, and the guy that I settled on is Ben McLemore. And the reason is Ben McLemore, no question, would still kick my ass. I mean, that's not saying much, because Ben McLemore in the ring, if he's anything like he is in basketball, can only do one thing. And so once I figured out maybe what that one thing is in a boxing ring, I'd have a chance to combat it, to defend it, to do something about it, because he can't do two things. Because as we saw when he played with the Lakers, he can do one thing, and that's it. So I chose Ben McLemore for the complete and total lack of versatility that he would bring to our boxing match.
That's a very interesting way of looking at it, Brian.
I thought so.
I went with Marc Gasol. And the reason I went with Mark was specifically we are doing this, as we are speaking right now, in the offseason. At the risk of sounding disrespectful to a champion player and one hell of a human being, I'm willing to posit that Marc Gasol's off-season conditioning at this particular time of the year, not great. My thought is, if I can manage to duck or stay out of Marc Gasol's way or just run around for about 30 seconds, he's going to be tired enough that he just leaves. And I'm going to end up winning the match by default.
You would win by boredom. He would just get bored.
Gasol is, first of all, he's such a hyper intelligent, decent fellow that he's going to think this whole thing is ridiculous to begin with and a waste of his time. And
he's probably the least likely person to actually punch you.
But I really do picture him getting tired enough that he just says, "Screw this." And then I end up winning by default. So that's the guy that if I had to pick a Laker.
That's not bad.
That's
not
the one I want
either.
the most. Who do you want the least?
I already told you my guy. I mean Trez. That's a lot of work. Boxing Montrezl Harrell. I mean, I understand he's undersized for a center. He's not undersized to kick my ass. And so there's like with all that energy and with that chip on his shoulder and all that. Nope, don't need that. Don't need LeBron, but I really don't need Trez.
I am going with Markieff Morris because we've seen in Keith's like year and a half with the Lakers, or really his entire career, he's a guy that wants all the smoke. And frankly, I want none of it. No. I want as little smoke.
I live my life smoke free. I don't even vape.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm a reformed quit smoker in real life, Brian. I don't need any of that. And I especially do not need it from a guy like Markieff Morris, who I think it's safe to say does not back away from said smoke.
Nope, absolutely not. Make sure to subscribe to Locked On Lakers for all the podcasts. And again, stick here on Locked On Lakers on YouTube to get the podcasts often earlier than everyone else, don't tell, as well as some exclusive YouTube content. We'll see everybody next time.